And I started getting quiet again. They were doing a noise campaign just now. There's a guy wearing a red sweater, or a red hat. Oh, it's that Mexican guy. The one with the, let me see if I can get it on my phone. Oh, there he is. A Mexican that drives the, pardon me, I'm sick still. So that's the Mexican guy that drives the, that gray truck. Yeah. The GMC, the M2, or the 2M2. I just came over here on the sidewalk and crap, what the hell. He moved, because he knew I was zooming in to get his face, so he moved out of frame. Yeah, they know. They just act stupid. I think one of them just started talking to me with the V2K, saying, that, the 7v5 guy. And that's really an asshole. Well, they're all, they're all, like, rude and disrespectful. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, they just changed my thing. It was focusing just fine. It's focusing just fine. I didn't tap the screen or anything. And there's another person. Yeah, they're trying to do that thing. Oh, there's that guy right there on the right. He is so quiet. He is so quiet. He's walking back this way. Again. They've been driving in and out of here for so long. I've gotten used to how their vehicles sound. Yeah, see, they changed it again. They're messing with my phone, and you can see it live too. Or real time, I guess. And again. So I'm not touching the screen at all. And I don't think it's ever done that before. I might try to do it again. So that guy that was wearing the white shirt, he's always like hiding and stuff. I'll just pause the video right here. hang up the noise campaign. Okay, I'll pause it again. Yeah, they're doing direct-to-conversation because they're talking about World War, which is what I was talking about yesterday. Shit, I had it the other way around, my bad. I'm sick. But, I either have the flu or COVID, but they're talking about the, war right now. Which is what I was talking about yesterday. That's the asshole. I hate him. He is so obnoxiously rude. And now they got louder. Funny the way they talk. He's all the way over there. You can see the camera has zero problem with focusing. They could be trying to run my my life or whatever, my storage. I'll pause it. Yeah, so they just I don't know if I got this earlier in the video, but they just changed the focus. Now that asshole. Now that guy from the 7v5 3300 with the V2K win. He could be trying to get me to run my storage right now. It's funnier when I just ignore them, so I think I'll ignore them for now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put my headphones on. They're doing this right now because of the research that I'm doing. Just give me a second. This guy. Here. This will probably be better. I think they just yelled lies outside. So, he did an interview. This is Mr. Rumsfeld. The hell's his full name? Donald Rumsfeld. He, like, worked with the NSA or something, but, he was, doing some sort of debriefing with, General Richard Meyers, and they were asked a question by the, by a news reporter, a female, where she had asked, she was essentially asking about the DEW weapons. This was, excuse me, I had a cough, but, it was because, he was wearing a tan thing with a blue tie. I've been able to find, like, short length videos, but I'd like to find the full-length video, and they don't like it. I've been hearing more sirens, so you can see I've been looking for it and whatnot, trying to find his video. He served, this is like what he did, public service while he was working on his business career, and I'm actually hearing from this video at around this time. Excuse me, pardon me. But I heard from this video, where he says that, I think what he means, I could be misinterpreting this, but essentially, this Donald guy, was doing a debriefing, and that he also, I guess so he works with the government, but he also owns a business where he sells military weapons. So, and it's also so that whole thing about, these freaking people wanting to give the government more power, or these private sectors or whatever wanting more power. Like, it's just, he's a businessman too. And this whole thing, there's a video of a homeless man talking about how they want us to be divided, with the Republican and the Democrat, and not trusting each other. And if you guys have the Hunger Games, if you guys have Netflix or the Hunger Games series or whatever, you guys should watch it. It's on Netflix right now, the whole thing. You guys should really, really watch it. I feel like it ties in a lot to the TI community and whatnot. It ties in a lot with a lot of this stuff. And I had a friend who was telling me, another TI who was telling me that they'll tell us a lot of stuff in the movies. Like how The Simpsons, they predicted Donald Trump being president, and they made a lot of other predictions like 9/11. So yeah, and the whole thing about how there was a business owner who owned, some guy, he owned the Twin Towers, and then like 2 days or the day before 9/11, he opened up like a terrorist insurance, like 1 to 2 days before the actual attacks happened. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, and then I found someone that actually thought of the same thing as me. Hold on.
How much do they give him? I know, he's supposed to sell them for like 5,000-10,000. Cool. I'll talk to you later, bro. I'll be out here. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, they just want to keep acting like that guy. The guy is hiding over here, literally hiding. He, now they're making their dogs start barking, but he had, he's the one that's been messing with me a lot with the V2K as well. I'm gonna pause it real quick. So I notice a lot of the time that they'll, do stuff, either start something or end something. So when I get it or whatever, I tend to forget what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. But I remember. So, about how, this person, they said, yep, Star Wars weapons are possibly as well as Tesla inspired technology that is far beyond anything that is known in the public arena. The 1,000-some-odd cars and trucks that were hauled away, many with melted engines, indicate a plasma-type weapon to me. Plasma releases... Why is it blurry on the side? That's weird. Plasma releases large amounts of energy when changing back into a liquid or solid. An analogy to that would be the condensation of steam to water. So, like I mentioned, in the video from the, well, I don't know who I've talked about this, but I've also come to find out, which is weird because I actually replied, I did a response, I replied to that, excuse me, to that comment, yeah, where I started realizing that the government was actually using these weapons on, that they probably, stole these weapons from Tesla and started using it on people. If you look up the spontaneous human combustion, it started in the 1950s, which is the same with the MK Ultra, and I think the COINTELPRO started in the 1960s or 1970s, and all three of those are significant because they all happened after Tesla died, which was January 7th, 19 43. So even if the MK Ultra started in 1950, like let's say, I don't know, let's say like June or something of 1950. I don't know when it started actually. Let me look it up. Okay, so I know it's Wikipedia. I know that might be left, but anyways, 1953. When did Tesla die? 1943. 10 years later. But if let's see, I think the most notable, or maybe the first thing of spontaneous human combustion was in 1951. I'll pull that up right now. Again, I know this is like Wikipedia, but see, on July 1951. So these are the notable examples. I think she might have been the very first one they actually found. There's like videos on it if you guys look up the Y files as well. He talks about it too. Give me a second. So this guy and some kids are doing it's 303, and they're starting to do the noise campaign or street theater of them yelling outside. But anyways, only the legs remain spontaneous human combustion. The Y files. I really like this guy. You might also like the video he made on the Conjuring series. It was such a disappointment when I saw it, but anyways, yeah, I like his channel. He does a lot of stuff, but if you watch this video, and if you actually read the very last one, let's see. Okay, so this quote right here that I'm highlighting. This was in Ireland by the coroner, the doctor. I'm not even going to pronounce his name. That's his name. McLaughlin. Dr. McLaughlin said, this fire was thoroughly investigated, and I'm left with the conclusion that this fits into the category of spontaneous human combustion, for which there is no adequate explanation. So they can't even explain what's going on, because there's no logical reasoning as to why these people would be spontaneously combusting. And if you look at Nikola Tesla's what the media called his death ray, he gave it a different name. He called it something else, I can't remember, but the media called it a death ray. He was intending to give it to he was intending to give it to I think to different countries. That way, if a country tried to invade them with airplanes or planes, they would immediately be shot down by his weapon, by the weapons that he would give other countries. And this was all in the hopes of world peace, so there wouldn't be wars. And again, you can look up the Tesla files. I did make a playlist on my own channel as well, so you can look at that. But yeah, it's really interesting, and I can't remember where it was, but there was, I think it's towards the end of the series, of that season, where they talk about that he actually had, let me think, he actually had like 122 trunks filled with his research. So that would be like any ideas that he had, any technology he might have invented, any theories he might have put together, and with all these time frames, with the MK Ultra, the 10 years, the COINTELPRO, this spontaneous human combustion, it just all lines up. It just all seems to, for me, and not just for me, but for other people, it just seems to line up about how they were able to get this technology and make it into their own weapons and use for military. And again, in those Tesla files. The Tesla files series, whatever, you'll actually see they don't explicitly say it. The person that they speak with, I don't know if it was Army, I don't know what branch they were from, I'll just say military, but the military personnel doesn't explicitly say who inspired it, or who, like, if you watch it, you'll see that he does like a run around the bush. He doesn't explicitly say where is it that they got the information, or how was it that they ended up creating such a thing. It was literally one of the exact same things that Tesla created, one of the planes that Tesla thought about creating. But then he tries to point out some differences from their military model versus Tesla's model. And then it's like, it's the same plane, like it has the same thing, and he's like, oh well, this with the Tesla thing. Anyways, you'll see it. But yeah, I think it's something worth looking into. Alrighty guys, have a good one.